Hello beautiful being, my name is Jackie Lane from peachyhealth.co.uk. I empower women to live juicier lives by choosing self-love on all levels, and today I'm going to talk to you about addiction. So if you watched one of my videos about my journey, then you will know that I used to be quite heavily involved in alcohol and drugs and things like that. And I found it really, really hard to step away from that lifestyle and actually come away from that type of thing. Also, I believe that pretty much anything can be addictive, not just drugs and alcohol and things like that. I actually believe anything can be addictive, emotionally and mentally. There are certainly a lot of foods that are addictive. Anything sugary, fatty or salty is normally something that people can't seem to get away from. They find it really hard to quit. And I just wanted to give you a quick tip about what I did when I was trying to change my lifestyle and make better choices for myself. So here's the tip. Basically, every time you feel like reaching for the alcohol, the drugs, the sugar, whatever it is, stop yourself and do completely the opposite. Do something that is so ridiculously healthy. Just completely the opposite. So what I used to do was I'd be craving the sugar. So I would make myself a vegetable juice, I would have like a small dark green salad, I would munch some fruit, basically have all of that stuff in abundance, and I would do something really, really healthy, like I would do some star jumps or just distract myself with uber healthy stuff. And I found that this helped when I was trying to not go out as much and not be around people taking drugs and all that kind of thing. I would feel really, really bad that I've said no to going out, and I'd feel like, oh, I'm going to be missing out, and oh, everyone's going to be having so much fun and I'm not going to be there, and blah blah blah, and I'd be feeling really bad and kind of like a really shit friend as well. I'll be like, oh, you know, and not going to people's birthday parties, and kind of just felt really guilty and low about the whole coming away from that scene. So what I used to do is, if there was a night I knew everyone was going out and I'm not going to go out because I didn't want to be tempted and I just couldn't be around it, I would have the most luxurious pamper evening, and I would get loads and loads of really, really healthy stuff, and again I would do some juices, I would maybe do a facial, have a bath, and do some really nourishing, nurturing things. Every time I thought about caving in, I would do the exact opposite. I would call a friend that I knew is like on a health kick as well, and I would talk to them and distract myself with healthy people, healthy foods, healthy drinks, and healthy activities. And I found that I would literally just, that became my new habit. So every time, and this is still to this day, every time, like, it's not that often when I get sugar cravings. Certain times of the month more so than others. If I've got a sugar craving, I will just do the complete opposite, or I'd have loads and loads of fruit for the sweetness. Or another thing for sugar that I found really helped me was having cinnamon on everything, and I would have licorice root teas, so any kind of teas that have got licorice root in, because licorice root is 10 times sweeter than sugar, really demulcent, and so it kind of like coats your esophagus and it kind of clings to the taste buds at the back of your tongue, so the sweetness lingers in your mouth for a while. And I found that any kind of tea with licorice root in, a good brand is Pukka tea, most of their teas have got licorice root in, and yogi teas have got licorice root in as well, and they really help me getting off the sugar and putting cinnamon on things, and substituting the sugar with something more healthy like maple syrup or honey. But really the best thing that I can suggest for anybody who's trying to get through any kind of addiction is form a new habit. You need to have a replacement. You can't just stop. You can't. Some people can, but it's more difficult to just stop and not have a replacement behavior set up. So like a default replacement that you're going to do, and maybe have a list of things that you could do instead of doing that thing. Things you like. So you've got a go-to list of things you can do when you are feeling like that, and do them and just distract yourself. Call a friend that you know isn't into that kind of stuff, or call a friend who's really, really healthy. When you're trying to come off or away or change a habit, the best thing I can suggest is to replace it with a new habit, and just find things that resonate with you, that you know you love to do, and that you know are going to make you feel so good, because then you'll be the one the next day when everybody else is on their come downs, or feeling like absolute shit, or then they've got to go to work for the week and feel like crap. You'll be the one bouncing off the walls feeling amazing. Same goes for sugar. You'll be the one who's slim, feeling good, feeling energetic, not having your dips and lulls throughout the day. You'll be the one winning. And so if you make it a habit to replace your bad habits with really, really good ones, you are going to feel so strong and empowered and really proud of yourself. And I don't mean that in an egotistical way, but sometimes it's good to feel proud of yourself in situations like that, and you should give yourself a pat on the back for doing that, because it's not easy. It does get easier, and you'll form the new habit, and that will be your default thing that you go to. So every time you want that bad thing, you'll instantly switch and be like, no, I'm going to do something really, 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 really healthy instead. And just keep doing that, and you'll find that you'll feel absolutely amazing. And if you do fall off the wagon, don't let yourself go for the whole week or the next month. Get back on it. If you've fallen off the wagon, you can change right back on it in a split second. So I hope this helps you if any of you are struggling with any kind of addiction. I know that it may not be as simple as just that for alcohol and drugs, or even for sugar, but it's just a tip that I found really, really helped me, and I really hope it helps you. And remember to keep it juicy.